What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, honey. Real Housewives of Atlanta, honey, had it going on and on, honey, to the break of dawn, honey. It's some hoes in the house, and you see them, point them out. Okay, because child, they had a wild bachelorette party for Cynthia, honey. Miss Robinson was here. I done seen a couple of reviews. Some people said that they felt like the women were acting trashy and acting desperate, and they desperate to get them ratings up. The ratings still ain't doing, as good as they used to, but it is what it is. The ladies trying to have a good time. Okay, they tried to have a little something for the something. I love the bachelorette party. It was wild, honey. I was here for Bolo and his big thing, honey. He was looking all sexy, honey, all up in his cage. Candy was a wonderful mistress. Somebody said in their review Candy wasn't sexy. Candy was sexy to me. I love the top she had on. Kenya is the one to me, okay? And if you are a Kenya fan, please leave my channel right now, because you ain't gonna like this review, okay? Get your ass on over to those other channels where they cater to all that negative, toxic shit that she does on this show, okay? And come see your girl for Basketball Wives or something else we can agree on, honey, okay? But yeah, if you are a Kenya fan, honey, you might as well exit stage left. Kenya, to me, for some reason, was not sexy. Now, don't get me wrong. She looked good in her all red, but it just seemed like, I don't know, for some reason, my mind went back to what Matt said about her. It was like, Kenya isn't really sexual like that. Like, the way she tried to put on, and remember all that fake ass shit, that fake lesbian shit, honey, she was doing with, LaToya, and then she tried to, she wasn't doing all of that on, this episode. I hear some reviewers saying, oh, well, Kenya is class. That bitch ain't classy. It was so funny. They was dragging her in my Facebook group I'm in, and they was saying when she was all on the floor with nobody paying attention to her. She was like crawling on the floor, legs all out, it was just so funny. And the people was like, Twirl just mad that wasn't nobody paying her ass no attention. Because the next morning, this bitch starts snitching on all of them. I said, here we go with the fake ass shit. That's why I don't see it for y'all girls. She is a fake ass bitch. I do not like bitches like that hang out with you one day and, we acted all sexy together and, doing all types of wild ass shit. Then the next night, Brandy, she was doing this, I don't like people like that. I don't like shit like that. That's why I don't kick it with a lot of my family that's here in the same city as me. They do fake shit like that. They'll drink with you and shit, and you tell them certain stuff, and then they get the story wrong and try to make you look worse than what you are. I kind of went through something of what Kenya did, and I think that's what really pissed me off about what she did. I just don't like bitches like that. Can't stand that shit at all. Child, we see Marlo and Kenya, they make up. Do I think that their little makeup session is gonna last? I say only because Nene is not on the show. I just feel like if Nene was on this show, Marlo and Kenya just wouldn't even make sense as friends. They never made sense as friends. And to me, that's why they fell out so quick, because they was always surface friends. They was always friends for the wrong reasons. And when it's like that, you just can't maintain that type of friendship, right? So, I want them to be cordial, but I don't know if I see them as being besties. We saw Portia. She wasn't too happy that Kenya and Marlo made up, but she was already mad at Kenya for, saying all the shit about her. She was acting like a whole freak, honey, the other day, honey. So she could just be mad at Kenya for that, but she didn't like that they had got that cool. I don't know, you guys. Time will tell, when it comes to Marlo and Kenya. But Marlo, bitch, you better not ever say nothing bad about Kenya ever again, because we know Miss Kenya won't forget it, honey, and will hold a grudge, honey, for dear life. It was funny when Marlo hugged Kenya. She was like, girl, I'm so happy that we cool, and we back being buds again. Now I get to touch and hold Brooklyn. And Kenya was like, hold up, bitch, hold up. I don't know about all that. I was cracking up. Kenya don't even let the child's father babysit her, Marlo. So you ain't got a chance in hell of hold that beautiful baby. Child, I ain't never seen so much ass out in my life. Portia looked good. I seen a few reviewers talking about Portia, she ain't even all that bad, and Kenya is so much prettier than Portia. I'm like, how the fuck did y'all get on comparing their looks? Portia looks better than Kenya. And I say that because Portia can rock short hair. Kenya is one of those people, she can kind of only look right if she's wearing like long hair. So, yeah, I don't know why that reviewer, and this is somebody I really enjoy, but he really irritated me. He just went in on Portia's looks, but she was never all that pretty. And, and it's like, Portia is very attractive. That is the one, Portia is the one on this show that all the guys be checking out. Even my man, honey, at one point we would watch the show. He was like, who is that? Damn, she think, so I don't see a lot of guys checking for Kenya. I think Kenya is attractive, but she's not sexy like Portia where it comes natural to me. Like when she was doing all that crawling and shit, I'm like, Kenya, get your ass up and get you some gloves and start cleaning, auntie, okay? Get you, them yellow gloves, honey, for the house. Drew wasn't sexy to me either. I don't know. Cynthia is beautiful, right? Cynthia is the most beautiful woman on the show, right? She killing them with her face. She got a nice body too, but Cynthia is stiff. So it was just like, did y'all see how Candy had her ass in that swing and was trying to hump her? And here goes Cynthia. Like, damn well you've been wanting to hump Candy for a while, so I don't know why you acting all shocked and surprised. She was all stiff. I was like, oh Lord, good luck with her, Mike. She got a stiff cooter, okay? Not a stiff cooter, yes. But, Cynthia's, she about old enough to be somebody's grandma, so, she ain't gonna be, she ain't gonna be all jiggly with it, honey. But yeah, Portia was giving me my motherfucking life. Kissing all on Toya and shit. I was like, okay, Portia, now when they call your ass out to the carpet, don't be saying, oh, I was just having fun. No, you's bisexual, bitch, okay? And it's okay. Okay, it's okay. You do a little something with LaToya and Portia was talking all nasty and shit, talking about, so, ooh, these bitches, one of y'all gonna eat me out tonight. I was like, oh, shit, what's going on up in this motherfucker? Woo! So Portia is a good time. She's a Cancer like I am. So I'm all here for Portia's energy, but I hope that when they get to reunion, they call her out on her behavior. She doesn't double down. She owns her shit and says, yes, I like to, swim in the lady pond, honey. And I like to do my man, when I want to. I hope she just owns that. Don't do that shit, Portia, you did season 9, where, we had to guess if you was a lesbian, because Candy, honey, did say you are an aggressive lesbian, honey, and I believe it, honey. That goddamn Portia was off the chain, but she was giving me my life. Marlo looked good as hell. I don't give a damn what nobody say. That motherfucking body is banging. And Marlo got a nice ass. I was looking at Marlo. I was looking at Portia. Tanya has a nice ass body as well. They all look nice. Them was the 3. Shamia looked nice as well, but those were Tanya, Marlo, and Portia. They are the ones that did it for me. And Candy. Candy looked good too. And everybody else, honestly, it just looked like they were overly trying too hard. It's like, oh, we gotta try to be sexy. I love the part where Portia like dipped her ass all on Bolo. I loved all of it. She almost fell out. And Kenya was hating on her. She was like, girl, didn't nobody tell you put your sticky booty on him? I was cracking up at that. That was so funny. But, it was all in, the girls having a good time. This season, you guys, has been very dry. So it was nice to watch all the girls get drunk and have a good time. But ladies, you are on a show and y'all wanted to turn the damn cameras off, okay, knowing that we go hear about all the freaky, sneaky things you all, was doing. I think somebody said that, like, I don't know. I'm thinking Portia, Tanya, and somebody was like humping each other. I don't know. Anyways, Kenya keeps trying to make it look like Portia and Tanya fucked the stripper, right? Remember, that was the big story that came out before the show even aired. And the stripper came out. Bolo said it's not true. He didn't have sex. Kenya claims she heard some noises. I don't know, honey, but I could say, anything probably took place, honey. It's, I wouldn't be too surprised, honey, because them girls was just hot in the cooch, honey, okay? They was excited. A lot of people are making fun of the fact that some of the women are married and, oh my God, it's this big deal. They're married and, what if their husbands went out and did this? And what? Tanya been engaged for years. Her man ain't going nowhere. It don't matter what she did, really. I don't prefer she have sex with somebody. You are engaged. But at the same time, if you're separated from that person and you want to have a girls' night and you grinding all on Bolo, what the fuck is the problem? My thing is these niggas get out here and do all of that without it even being a party or a celebration. Shit, they don't need no excuse to cheat or to flirt or to do the wild, freaky shit that they do. So I didn't see why people made such a big deal that, well, Kenya is married and who gives a fuck? Mark don't want nothing to do with her. So shit, bitch, you're free. I don't care if you married or not. You separated. You free to do what you want to do to me. Now, if you're married and, you've been with that man, y'all living in the same house and y'all trying to work shit out, that's different. But I'm not big on just because you're married, you can't participate in something like this. You didn't have sex with nobody. You was dancing and grinding with the homegirls. I mean, I don't see what the problem is. People was calling out Drew. I guess she was twerking on Bolo. I don't have an issue with that. I mean, shit, Drew, let it all hang out. Okay, let it all hang out because look at who you married to. You're married to a motherfucker named Ralph. And you're married to somebody that's very sneaky. Drew should be used to the camera shit because she being recorded at home. Ralph, he got all them cameras at the house watching everything she do. I mean, I'm just saying she should have felt right at home with the cameras. But yeah, I mean, look at the marriage that Drew is in. It's not a healthy marriage. She's, with a damn narcissist. It was just funny, though, that Drew had mentioned to Kenya when Kenya had her legs all spread out. She was like, yeah, maybe if she would have did that for her husband, maybe they would still be married and not going through a divorce. And I was like, ooh, true. Now, as much as I don't like Kenya, that is not true because I think that Mark just did not like Kenya's personality. I don't think he fit into her lifestyle. I think they had an arrangement that just didn't work out. I really do. I don't think that, her being overly sex for him, I don't think that he wanted that from Kenya. I don't know. I just feel like it was deeper than that, deeper than something sexual. So ain't nothing sexual she could have did to make that man want her, okay? If y'all look at Drew in her confessional, she looks like freaking Keke Palmer. Like, oh my God, especially when she had that short bob. I was like, damn, look like Keke Palmer, honey. A lot of people are starting to get on Drew and, the little shit that she says, but In all honesty, you guys, she has to say something. I mean, she's on the show. Shit, she got to throw shade. She got to say something. I don't know what y'all expect the girl to do. Cynthia and Drew are talking, and Drew is telling Cynthia she needs to tell Mike about the wild night. Just let his ass watch the episode. All that cheating and shit that he done did in the past. Like, child, what can these men say? They do the shit all the time, so he ain't gonna be mad at Cynthia for nothing she did. It was her bachelorette, and to me, shit, them women, I forgot who the party was for. Shit, all that hoeing I saw, honey. Everybody getting all nasty and naked, honey, with Bolo, honey, taking different turns with him and shit. I forgot it was a bachelorette for Cynthia, honey. These freaks got real nasty real quick. Now, what do you guys think? A lot of people are saying, I saw one review where people was just like, man, these women, you know, they're just desperate and trifling. Do you guys feel like that? Put it in the comments. Did you feel like what they were doing was an act of desperation? I didn't feel like that. I felt like it was a fun and a good time. And it was just nice to see the ladies collectively all having a good time, having fun, showing out. You know, y'all better do some shit before they cancel this damn show. I'm just saying. How is Kenya gonna come at Drew and this bitch had her legs out and she was all crawling on the floor? I'm talking about Kenya. Kenya, you were doing all of that. You were not innocent either. So how are you calling Drew out? Okay, so girl, sit your ass down. Like Candy said, what happens in the dungeon stays in the dungeon. I saw another review where people are calling out Candy because they're saying, well, she's acting funny towards Kenya. She's acting like she doesn't know what happened and she knows that Portia was acting freaky and nasty with Bolo the other night. Maybe Candy wants to stay out of it, and rightfully so. It's the Bachelorette. All of you guys were acting freaky and wild. Some more than others, but who the hell cares? You know, like, I'm not with all this, well, you did that, and, you know, and then I saw a review, somebody said, well, you know, you don't do all of that with your enemy, and then your enemy has the right to turn on you. What type of thinking is that? You're no fun. What type of shit is that? Hell no, that's girl code. You don't tell what the girl was doing the next day. You don't get all up. Are you upset that you couldn't get with Bolo, Kenya? Like, I'm not with her gunning for Portia and, you know, some of the other girls. Like, girl, they still go have Paul and Dennis. Dennis ain't going nowhere. Okay? Tanya still go have her man. Kenya, you're the one that's going home alone. Mark just does not want you. Boo boo, oatmeal pie face. He don't want you. So they can act freaky and slutty and whatever. They go still have a man. You ain't gonna have shit. Okay, I'm just saying. Child, the ladies was upset the next day because they thought they was getting on a yacht, but it's really a fishing boat. I would have been mad too, honey. Okay. I'm not feeling, you guys, how Kenya is acting, because I feel like once again, you know, she's going to alienate herself from the girls, and it's going to be a situation where she's going to cry later and say, oh, it's all of them against me and they don't want to hang with me. Because if they doing all this on this type of episode and having a good time, letting it all hang out, they ain't going to want to party and kick it with you. You go ruin it. You go try to tell everybody. And to me, that's just childish. Why even do that? But she don't really got nothing else to do. I saw another review where somebody said that, oh, well, if Kenya wasn't acting like that, you know, we wouldn't even have nothing to talk about. That's a motherfucking lie. A lie don't care who tell it. Okay, we have enough content from them girls acting out, taking turns with Bolo, having a good time. Like, there was enough content. What could have happened the next day is they all collectively could have said, girl, I had time, and, you know, I had time to unwind with y'all. You know, it was fun, and this happened. Me and Toya was kissing. I did this. We could have gotten them to kind of spill their own tea. I think that's what would have happened, but you got her. And then you know, Kenya, you know, like making shit a big deal. And then you got people saying, well, she gets paid to do. You are not, are not paid to be the bad guy. You choose to be the bad guy. You choose to separate yourself from the girls. I told y'all she did it the whole trip with the jet, with the food, with the rooms, the whole trip. Now it's, I'm going to act slutty and freaky with you all. And no, she wasn't kissing on anybody, but you should have been kissing all on LaToya. Like, what the fuck? You was doing all that gay for pay shit in the other episodes. So if you go act like it, Kenya, if you go act like it in the other episodes, you should have been about it in this one. But like I said, y'all, I don't know. She's just a tease. And I feel like Kenya was out of her element. Like I said, I don't get sexy from her. I don't get that. I think she was dressed in the costume and she looked nice, but she didn't fit into what they were doing. Not because she's so classy, but I just don't think that, I don't know. When I was looking at Kenya the whole episode, crawling on the floor, all of that, it was just like, get up. That's not you. Do you see what I'm saying? That seems natural for Portia. That seems natural for Tanya. Shamia. That seems kind of natural for them. With her, when she was doing that, it just seemed like she was trying too hard. It was just like what the people on Facebook said, nobody was really paying attention to you. That's why you upset. And trying to, throw everybody under the bus the next day and shit. Girl, bye. When Portia found out, what Kenya was up to, she was like, girl, I'm in my own bubble. I ain't got time to be worried about, you and you trying to accuse me of acting nasty and slutty. I mean, it was a bachelorette. That's what we all was doing. We was all having a good time. So I'm glad Portia is kind of like, child, I've been dealing with Kenya for years. I'm going to pay her ass dust. Kenya doing the whole Basic Instinct thing, Sharon Stone. I thought it was cute, but she just wasn't serving me sex. That don't fit her to me, you guys. I know a lot of y'all is going to be mad at me like, oh my God, are you calling her ugly? No, Kenya is very beautiful, very attractive. I do think that. I think she has a nice body. But you know how, like, somebody is naturally sexy? Like Portia, she's naturally sexy, right? She naturally, when she does stuff, it makes sense. Right? So you got her, and let's say you got Cynthia or somebody doing something. Cynthia is not naturally sexy. She's very beautiful, but when Cynthia tried to do what Portia do, it looked like she trying too hard. I just say everybody just be they self, honey. But yeah, it was dry. The whole little Basic Instinct thing, and wasn't she supposed to show in between her legs a little bit? Ain't that what Sharon Stone did? I don't know, honey. I don't know. I don't know. It was okay. It wasn't like, oh my God, Kenya did that shit. I didn't get sexy from her. That's what I see. Y'all see Cynthia telling Kenya she was getting hot and bothered by the girls all acting all freaky with Bolo and with each other. I was like, come on, Cynthia. Come on, honey. I know you're a lesbian underneath all that, honey. Okay. Yep. Even Marlo mentioned what I mentioned about Kenya. She even noticed it too, but I don't think she put it as if she was trying too hard. To me, it was a try. It was, I'm trying to, but Marlo kind of said it more or less like, oh, I thought that Kenya would be, a stick in the mud and wouldn't hang with the girls. And to me, what is the difference between, you are a stick in the mud because you're talking about it later. Like, oh my God, did you see what they did? Did you see, like, you wasn't fucking a part of it. You had your legs out, you doing all types of horrid shit too. You're not kissing and humping on nobody, but you was doing shit, so it is what it is. Bitch, Kenya had me cracking the fuck up when she was imitating Drew. She said, I don't call that dancing, honey. Kenya, leave that girl alone. That shit was funny. Y'all see, LaToya trying to kiss on, not Cynthia, Kenya the next day, and Kenya like, ooh, don't kiss me with them lips. I don't know where them lips been. You know where they been, bitch. You know where they been. And you should have been the one kissing LaToya, because all this fake ass lesbian shit, See, I don't like that, you guys. At least with Portia is willing to, do the damn thing, okay? And really, but Portia, I'm gonna need you to own your shit, bitch, at the reunion, because they coming for your ass. I was a little nervous for Portia, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I like that Portia is free-spirited and loves to have a good time. But I was nervous, like, okay, now, I don't want this shit going back to season 9 where you denying, that you don't like women like that and you don't really want to talk about it because shit, now we done seen it, okay? You are an aggressive lesbian, Portia. And it's okay, baby. Just own it. But yeah, Kenya, shut your ass up. You wasn't gonna allow, what's that girl named Toya to kiss on you? So I don't know why you mad. She was kissing on other people with your fake lesbian self, honey. It was funny the next morning, Kenya is holding the whole bolo court. She's trying to get some information out of Tanya. Tanya like, I don't remember nothing. I don't even know what this is about. I'm like, yes, Tanya, tell that bitch it ain't none of her business. Kenya, you need to sit your $5 ass down, honey, before I make change. Sit your ass down. The girls had a good time, and that's what it is. Kenya get all up in her confessional. Oh, Tanya likes to act all prim and proper, and, those be the freakiest ones. So the fuck what? No one cares. Let that girl have a good time. Tanya, though, she know how to twerk a little bit, honey. Tanya got rhythm. At least she ain't stiff, honey, like some of y'all. I'm just saying. Child was cracking up when LaToya was doing the whole crab boil. Marlo interrupted her, honey, and was like, girl, you ain't even got enough water up in these pots. You doing a simmer. You supposed to be boiling this shit. Candy was like, child, we done already had issues with the food. You need to get yourself on out the kitchen, honey. Let that Florida girl handle that. I was cracking up because y'all know Candy don't play about that food. Okay, Candy don't fuck around when it come to that food. Kenya made herself look bad when she, got to interrogating Candy and Shamia and, they're all waiting on the little crab and shrimp and stuff to boil and shit. So they're having a conversation and Kenya gets to saying, oh, well, I heard oohs and ahs at 6 a.m. and I was getting milk for my daughter and I waited and watched for like 45 minutes. I'm like, you was getting milk for your daughter and you've been Miss Evelyn Lozada this whole trip. My daughter, be my village for my daughter, be my village, You was all on that shit, right? And then you got a little freak up in you because why are you waiting and watching people for 45 minutes? Because you got freak up in you too, Kenya. You should have joined them. Shit. Then you got some people, you guys dragging Kenya, saying, bitch, you should be a better mom. A lot of people are saying Brooklyn was asleep. So I don't know what Brooklyn was doing, but bitch, if you're getting milk for your daughter, you should have been getting that milk to your daughter. Why are you sitting up here worried about what these grown folks is doing? I'm all for what Candy's telling her, you guys. Like, let last night be last night, okay? Stop trying to act like a damn interrogator. Shamia tries to tell Kenya, oh, well, maybe they were watching porn. Kenya not buying it. I'm like, girl, sit your ass down, okay? Go color in one of Brooklyn's coloring books or something. All right, you guys, I'm going to talk about this last point, and we're going to just call it a recap. We go just stop it after this, because I done talked about everything else with Portia not being too fond of Marlo and Kenya being friends. So that's pretty much where they left off. But I want to talk about this little part with LaToya, Tanya, Portia, and Shamia. Tanya and Portia, they get to talking to LaToya. Remember, she's cooking for them. And they get to asking her, well, how do you feel about Kenya now? You guys are friends. And now she's doing this investigation on everybody. And it was so funny because this is exactly what I just said. And I forgot that Portia said it. But she said the exact thing that I said to you all. Portia said she was looking to come to dinner to brag about all the fun she had the night before. Look, I told y'all, they were going to spill their own tea, right? They were going to tell it, but now you going around making shit into some investigation and you taking the fun out of everything. Kenya, that's what she's doing. LaToya said the same thing. She was like, now I kind of see why y'all having issues with Kenya, because you know, she acts funny like that. Like, she'll be down for everything one day, then the next day, you know, she wants to have an investigation and take the fun out of, you know, everything that we were doing, and we were just turning up, having a good time. I second that. I agree with that. Because I told y'all, those girls were going to get to that table and spill their own tea. And it was going to be a kiki moment. It was going to be a laughing moment. You know, a good moment amongst the girls. But see, Kenya does a lot of division. She divides up the group with the shit she says and the shit she does. Some of y'all like that stupid shit. I don't. Okay, it's unnecessary. All right. But anyways, that's how I felt about the show, you guys. This was the best episode of this season. Okay. Don't forget, you guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.